Hey, my name is David Brown, and this is my lovely wife, Carrie, and we are starting a new class on Sunday mornings at Southwest Church of Christ on family matters, where we take a look at marriage, and we take a look at parenting and finances, and we're really, really excited about it. And we felt like as we get into it, that there may be people that may miss a week, or they may miss a few weeks, or they may even not be able to come the whole quarter. They may want to go to another one of our amazing classes. And so we felt like as we get this discussion started on these topics, let's go ahead and try and record it. You're going to be able to be a part of that with us as you join us. Each lesson that we produce, you're going to see us make mistakes. You're going to see us go through some growing pains of trying to record this, not live whenever we have other people around, but whenever we're just here by ourselves recording this, and we hope that it'll be a blessing to you as you try to improve your marriage and improve your parenting skills, your finance skills, because we're all just trying to use the amazing blessings that God has given to us to the best of our ability. So we're excited to get started.
Yes, and so David and I have been married for 11 years, and out of that marriage, we've had two wonderful little boys. God has blessed us with Logan, who's 4, and Aaron, who turned 1 just recently. They've both been such a joy and a blessing in our lives.
Yeah, and so through those 11 years, we've had ups and downs, of course, just like anybody else. But through that time, we've learned not just how to live together, but more importantly, we've learned how to really have a strong marriage where we can grow together, be a cohesive unit, a cohesive parenting team that we're able to live life together. And so we're really, really excited about that. Our experience goes a little bit beyond that, in that I've been a youth minister for almost 14 years now. I've been in public education for over 6 years as well. And so being able to spend time with kids and being able to spend time with their parents and kind of just seeing how some of the things operate there has given me a lot of insight into that. And then we also have been doing a lot of research. We've been doing a lot of work to prepare for this class, reading books, listening to podcasts, doing different things. And we're excited to present some of these things that we've learned to you and get that discussion started if you're able to join us in person. Now, one thing we definitely don't want to try and convey is that we know it all, because we certainly don't. We're excited about this class because we're excited to learn and grow and improve as well. And so it's going to be a great experience throughout. God has blessed us in many ways, and we look forward to continuing to see and feel His blessings moving forward as well.
In this class, we're going to learn new ways to love our spouse so that we can have the relationship with one another that God has called us to have, that He's designed. We'll also take a look at how a good marriage can affect the family and just make a stronger family and benefit our kids and our society as well. So it's as parents, our job is to get our kids to heaven, and so we're going to make sure that is the focus of our families and that we can achieve that goal.
Yeah, and so we'll look at some topics, like for example, we're going to try and look at how to parent in the social media world. That's a challenge for parents, and understandably so. So we're going to be taking a biblical look at that, and then we're also after we take a look at parenting, last 3 or so lessons that we'll focus on finances. Jesus spoke more about finances than He did about heaven during His ministry. And so if it's important to Him, then it's going to be important to us as well. So whatever blessings He's given to us, whether it be financial blessings or blessings of our family, we want to be good stewards of those blessings. And so we'll take a look at finances to make sure that we're managing the money that He's blessed us with in the most glorifying way possible. Not glorifying to us, glorifying to God.
Yes, and our class will be Bible-based, and we're going to offer the practical, simple applications, but it won't be, we're going to include Bible scripture and some of that stuff, but it's not going to be the most scripture-intensive class that you've ever had in your life.
Yeah, so we'll take a look at Scripture, but we're not going to be doing an exegetical study on it. We're not going to be dissecting it, and we're going to be doing, like Carrie said, some practical things to help us as we move through. And like I said before, we have a lot of resources that we're excited to share with you. We've done a lot of prep work for our class, and so we've looked at some good resources. We've looked at some other resources as well, and so the best resources that we've come across, we're excited to share with you as we move through the class, so that you can have as much knowledge as possible to bless your marriage and family with.
And one of those resources that we have found, we started using it whenever we were so blessed to learn about it early on in our marriage. And so that is the 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. Yeah, there it is.
It is.
It's been a great resource for us. And so along with that, there are a quiz that you can take to find out what your love language is. So if you're not familiar with this book, it goes over the 5 love languages that we speak, because everybody speaks we feel love in different ways. And so the quiz will be really helpful to figure out what your love language is and also what your spouse's love language is. We really strongly encourage you to take that quiz and have your spouse take it as well. And you can take that online at the5lovelanguages.com, and we'll link that below in the description. But you can also take it. They have a app available that you can take it on there as well, and it's called the Love Nudge.
Yeah, and this sounds like a sponsor. It's not. We're really impressed with it. We feel like it's a great resource for married couples. So Dr. Gary Chapman, if you want us to sponsor it, by all means, hit us up. But we're really excited about it, and we also want to encourage you to take the quiz. If you took it 5 years ago, great, take it again, because things can change. Your perspective can change. It's changed for me. And so if you've already taken it, if you're just kind of discounting what Carrie just said, I really encourage you to take 5-10 minutes to take that and learn about that app that Carrie was looking at, the Love Nudge app. Because Gary Chapman, he's done a lot of research with other people alongside him to make sure that this is as quality of a product as he can deliver. He's done a lot of counseling with thousands of couples, and so he brings a lot of credibility to what he's talking about. And if you really think about it from a practical perspective, if you have somebody that is in need of help, and that person, and you have another person that walks up and is trying to help them, but they're not doing it in a way that they understand. Maybe they speak a different language, and they're trying to help. That attempt at help may come across, and it may be like, well, great, I appreciate your attempt to help, but I would appreciate a whole lot more if you actually if you're able to speak my language. And so that's kind of what this is about, is we're wanting to make sure that we're speaking the love language of our spouse. So you learn about your love language, and then you share that information with your spouse, and you get that information from your spouse about what their love language is, so that you can better speak their love language. My love language is physical touch. If I try to show Carrie love in that way, it will come across the same way as the person who doesn't speak the same language. She may think, oh, that's great that David's trying to show love, but it'd be even better if he would just show it in the way that is most important to her, which would be quality time. And I know that because she shared that with me. And so it's about that. So we want to encourage you to take that quiz, to get that information, so that as we move forward, you can better use that information.
Yes, and our love languages are all very different. And we speak it differently, even within the love languages. So we're going to go over that. Once we understand how each one of us speaks that love language, we can better love our spouse, which is, amazing to be able to communicate and to have that that relationship that we're called to have. The love languages that we're going to be speaking about are words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch.
Yeah, and so all of that comes into play right here with this book. Again, not a sponsor, but we do encourage you to go and find it. You can find it online. I think it's selling it for less than $8 on Amazon. So that's going to be the thing that we want to end on today. We want to encourage you to find the book. Get the book started. You don't have to read through it all, because in the future lessons, we're going to be going through those 5 love languages, defining what they are, and then giving some practical examples of ways that you can speak that love language. And if that applies to your spouse, then great. try and put those things into practice so that you can start to really show the love in the most effective and the most efficient way possible for your spouse, because it really does make a world of difference. So that's what we want to end on. We really thank you for joining us in this first video. It's a little shorter because we're going to get into the meat of the things moving on in a future lesson. So join us in person if you can. If you can't join us in person, then check us out whenever we're able to produce these videos. And we really do hope and pray that God is glorified and that your family, your marriage, your finances are improved throughout this. So we'll see you next time.